Hey fam, I'm Nathalie, the other owner of Big Mich, and I'm here for a special episode of Pa La Receta. Today we're gonna be learning about 5 popular micheladas and how they're made, and we have special guest, Mike Moreno, whose family owns Moreno Liquors here in the Little Village neighborhood in Chicago. I'm at Osito's Tap, a beautiful speakeasy hidden behind Moreno's Liquors with the one and only Mike Moreno.
Thank you for having me, Nathalie. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me here.
Of course.
And I'm really looking forward to talking about all these micheladas with you.
I am too.
So can you tell everybody a little bit about Moreno's Liquors and Osito's Tap?
Yeah, of course. So if you want to talk about Moreno's Liquors and Osito's Tap, you got to go all the way back to where we originated from, which is San Luis Potosí, which is actually
yes.
where
micheladas came from.
100%. See, you were about to beat me to it. So micheladas originated from San Luis Potosí. My dad did not bring it personally. However, he immigrated here when he was a kid. And when he was about 12, 13 years old, moved over to the Little Village neighborhood. And the whole point of this bar was to showcase the potential of what an immigrant Mexican community can do in Little Village.
And you guys have been around for all of those generations. You
Yep.
know, that's awesome.
Oh yeah, 43 years.
Can you tell me a little bit more about michelada trends that you've seen at Moreno's?
It's actually changed a lot. So let's say if you're going back to 2014, I noticed a lot of people that were coming in. Back then, Corona was the hot thing.
Oh yeah.
So everybody wanted that. So,
Right.
you're grabbing a 12-pack of Corona and people were walking out with Clamato. As you've progressed on to, let's say, even 2018, 2017, you started to see this drastic change in the trends where they were actually getting cans from Modelo with tamarindo in it, or they were having spices. All these unique flavor profiles that you weren't getting in beers before when you were making micheladas.
The most popular way to describe a michelada is bringing up a Bloody Mary. They're
Oh, yeah.
sometimes red, they're sometimes spicy, but they all have the pala cruda benefit for the hangover. But there's
My
so
favorite
many.
word.
So many ways to make a michelada. We have the Oaxaqueña, Texas Red Eye, the CDMX or chelada. We have a Cubano.
That's my favorite one, out of the color at least.
Yeah, that savory taste to it.
Yeah.
And we have the Clamato. So let's start with the michelada Oaxaqueña. Right away, you could tell by the color that this has no Clamato, no tomato juice. This is called the Oaxaqueña michelada because it enriches a lot of the flavors that are true to Oaxaca. What makes this really special is a shot of mezcal.
And I think that's actually really cool, the fact that you have all that in there, because that is definitely what would be a Oaxaqueña. The fact that you have this sal de gusano rim on it, it adds like an earthiness almost to it,
Yeah.
which pairs perfectly with mezcal.
So mezcal is an older spirit historically than tequila?
That's correct. So mezcal is actually the oldest spirit of Mexico. Tequila comes from Jalisco,
Yes.
which is definitely where majority of the tequilas are going to be coming from. But Oaxaca, the state of Oaxaca, actually exports more mezcal than any other state in Mexico. That nice smokiness that you're getting is pairing perfectly with this michelada. Pineapple, smoke, beer, you throw it all together. Oh, and of course the oranges, like you mentioned.
Yes.
It just sounds great to me.
The next michelada we're gonna talk about is the Texas Red Eye.
Ooh, look at that color.
This one is usually using V8 or a Clamato, Tabasco, lemon juice, olive juice, and a salted rim. This one particularly is for people that love that spice right away because it kind of like wakes you up in the morning. It's kind of like the whole red eye.
Well, I love spice, so I would definitely want a real big kick out of it, but it's still pretty good. Texas and Mexico coming together
Tex-Mex.
to make something very, very unique right here. And you said there was olives in there, or?
Olive juice, yeah.
You can taste it. It comes through really nicely. You know, at first I was kind of like, oh, I'm not sure olive juice, but it pairs perfectly. I mean, I guess similar to, like you said, a Bloody Mary,
Yes.
so very unique.
So the next one I want to talk about is the CDMX Michelada or the Chelada. It's the most simple michelada recipe, possibly the most refreshing one. It's just lager beer, lime, and salt.
I'm gonna be honest with you, majority of micheladas that I've seen are not like this, obviously in the United States. So in Mexico, this is definitely far more common.
Yeah, definitely. If you were to order, it's kind of a given. In Mexico City, a michelada, it's gonna be served to you like this,
The flavor profiles that you're getting out of a nice Mexican style lager is definitely gonna be very crisp, refreshing. You get a little bit of that nice malt backbone in there, which is gonna add some sweetness, but it's really light and it's perfect for a hot summer
It really
day.
is. The next michelada I want to talk about is the Cubano. So as you notice, it's brown.
Yeah, well the color is great. It has this beautiful hue to it.
The Cubano is where it starts to get a little bit more savory. So we've got the Worcestershire sauce. We've got salsa Maggi.
What is salsa Maggi, if you don't mind me asking?
Salsa Maggi is like a seasoning sauce, kind of similar to soy, but it goes really well with all kinds of food,
Ooh.
really from all over the world. This one is from Mexico's Pacific region, really popular in the state of Sinaloa, Mazatlan, Los Mochis. Salsa Maggi is also used for making like seafood.
Explains the shrimp.
Exactly. It's definitely a staple in the food that is cooked out there and also obviously in the drinks. The last one, but definitely not least, is the Clamato style michelada or craft michelada. In Mexico, the spicy Clamato-based micheladas are extremely popular. And as you know, we have a huge Mexican-American population here in the United States. And so that was brought over here, and now you can see it on menus all over the country. So this is what Big Mich makes. So we make a Clamato-based michelada with this one, particularly remixed with maizal. So that's a lager beer from Casa Humilde, which I know you actually carry here too, right?
I do. I absolutely love the fact that you all are using a local brewery. I try to support local breweries as much as possible. On top of the fact that you all are making this basically down the street. I mean, that's the most craft as you could get, basically. And then on top of it, they're using a little bit of corn at the end, which gives it a little bit of that sweetness, so it's perfect.
What were kind of your first thoughts with seeing our product out there?
Well, I mean, when I saw it in this nice, beautiful jar, to be honest with you, I thought it was absolutely fantastic. I love the marketing, the labels that you guys use, but at the same time, the fact that it was handmade. I mean, the flavor profiles you're getting out of this are just unmatched to any other michelada that I've had on the market. It's really nice, really, really nice.
I want to take the time to thank Mike Moreno for having us here and allowing us to film here at Ositos Tap.
Thanks for having me, Nathalie. I appreciate it.
I hope we've inspired you to try different versions of micheladas, or if you've never had one, to order one. Here at Ositos Tap, you can try a flight, which includes a custom chamoyada watermelon michelada. The possibilities are endless. Till next time, salud familia!